Another gambling issue that I'm fascinated by, and I've asked the union for this. I shouldn't be the one who's at the cutting edge of figuring all this stuff out, folks. I really shouldn't be. You got a lot of people sitting around with their thumbs up their butts when it comes to gambling. A lot of people whose job it should be to figure this stuff out and make sure everyone knows the rules and make sure they're complying with it. I just fear the damage that could be done if there's a major scandal. So let's try to avoid the scandal. You know how you avoid the scandal? You make sure everybody understands the rules and complies with them. So you don't have these violations that pop up and everybody's like, oh, well, I never envisioned that. Well, you should have. What are agents allowed to do when it comes to gambling, when it comes to betting, when it comes to the handling of inside information? We've talked in the past about the NFL's rule against the use of inside information for NFL personnel, but agents are not NFL personnel. Agents are separate from the NFL, but they're subject to NFLPA regulations. What are the rules in place for agents who would wager, agents who would acquire inside information and either use it for their own purposes or trade favors with others or sell it to others? I'll give you a relevant example right now, going on right now. We don't know where Dalvin Cook's going to sign. We don't know. When he picks a team, will it affect the betting markets? It should. If he goes to the Jets or the Dolphins, will it affect the over-under win total, their odds for winning the AFC East? It should. Would knowing that information before the market changes be useful to people who would be inclined to put a wager on it? If you know Dalvin Cook is going to the Jets before anyone else knows, and you can make that bet before the market adjusts, doesn't matter whether or not the bet ultimately prevails. What matters is having the information and acting on it before the market moves. You get a bet today at a better value than it would be tomorrow once we know what Dalvin Cook's going to say. And I'm not saying that Dalvin Cook is going to sign tomorrow. I'm just using the example. Whenever the day comes, the agent's going to know before the rest of us know. What is the agent allowed to do with that information? Who is the agent allowed to share it with? Who is the agent allowed to give it to? What is the agent allowed to do with it? And would it be permissible for the agent to sell it to somebody? Hey, you want to know what Dalvin Cook's going to do? I'll tell you, but there's a price. Now, that would be a pretty blatant violation of just our general sense of right and wrong, but is there a rule out there that applies? That's what we're trying to find out. But that's the other side of this inside information coin. Agents have it. And some reporters have it too. Now, the NFL Network reporters, NFL media insiders are all subject to the NFL's gambling policy. I don't know what the rules are at ESPN, but you got people there that know things before the rest of us do, that could act on inside information. Where and how does all of this fit within the broader concerns for anyone who cares about the NFL, for the possibility of something happening that undermines the general public's faith and confidence in professional football? That's why I keep pushing this. Like, this isn't the kind of thing that's going to bring up a lot of views and generate a lot of clicks, but it's the right thing to do because somebody needs to be saying, what are we doing here? And are we doing enough to avoid a situation where something brown and smelly hits the fan?
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.